Hi, I'm Bradley Thachuk, and these are my fun facts about being a conductor. Let's start with this thing. I get asked questions about the baton all the time. What's it made of? Does it matter how long it is? Why do you have it? And I'll try and answer some of these things. Well, why do I have this? It's not 100% necessary to have a baton, but most conductors, especially orchestral conductors, use one. Why is that? It's because the baton is actually an extension of the arm. It helps the orchestra see the beat information that you're trying to convey. Now, these things have been around in this form for probably about 200 years. One of the first records was Louis Spohr conducting his Second Symphony in London, England in 1820, used a baton. But we can see records going back. We can see Haydn when he was conducting his Seasons. There's record of him using a baton there. One of the most famous things about a baton was it didn't used to be like this. It used to be this huge staff that the conductor would just pound on the floor to keep time. And most famously, Jean-Baptiste Lully in 1687, when he was conducting his ensemble in the court, used the staff so heavily he pounded his foot, which became gangrenous and led to his death. So this can be very dangerous. I think that's why we moved to this small one. People always ask me, what's it made of? Well, mine is made of wood, but I've seen them made of fiberglass. Really, you could have it made of anything. There are tales in the mid-19th century about a French conductor having one that was made of mahogany and it was diamond encrusted. It's still one of the most glorious batons, but very impractical. Personally, I like mine to be lighter and not so long. I think the length of a baton really should help communicate the information, and that depends on your body type. I'm a little bigger, and your body size. If you are this tall, you shouldn't have a baton that's 2 feet long. It's incongruous. So I tried many different sizes for a long time, and this is the size I felt on. I felt that it wasn't too obtrusive into the orchestra, yet did give that subtle extension of my hand to communicate the beat information. It really doesn't matter how long it is, as long as you stay visible to the players. And here's another thing that some of you might not know. I'm left-handed, and people ask me, well, do you conduct right-handed? And the fact of the matter is, yes, this is the way a right-handed conductor conducts with the baton in their right hand. If I were to conduct like this, I learned how to conduct right-handed, because this, putting it in the left hand is more than anything just confusing for the players who have seen decades and decades and decades of conductors with their baton in their right hand. To put it here is a little bit confusing. That's not to say that there aren't fantastic left-handed conductors out there. I think about Sir Donald Runnicles, who communicates brilliantly, one of the great conductors of their generation. I'm trying to think anything else, fun facts about being a conductor outside of the baton. It's more administration than you'd think. It's not all music. There's a lot of communication with staff and with board members and with donors, which takes up a lot of the time. Learning the music is just one part of the job. Being part of the organization is a really important thing. And one of the things that I love the most about being a conductor, I hate to say it, is having my own dressing room before the show. It just allows me to relax, take a look at the music, and in between the halves on the intermission, just decompress. Occasionally, myself and other conductors, you will see us conducting without music in front of us. A lot of the times there are scores in front of us, but sometimes there are these pieces that we have an intimate knowledge of, that we've spent a lot of time with. And when we take the score away, it frees us up to actually communicate with the musicians more effectively. This is not something that I do for every piece, but it is, in very special circumstances, something that I love to do, because I feel that the energy of the musicians, when the score can sometimes become a little bit of a barrier between you and the players. Those opportunities that I have when I've had enough time in my schedule to properly learn a piece and commit it to memory, I just love those moments in my career. So that's my video about the fun facts of conducting. If you have any questions, either write some questions down here or come up to me when we see each other in person in the hall. Just don't come to my dressing room.